started, welcome. I'm sure you all know me. I'm Bill Hoffman. I am the current moderator. This meeting is really just about keeping you guys informed, but also we're at a crossroads. I do not consider myself an alarmist. Okay, I'm usually the guy who's saying, okay, let's everybody take a breath. We're okay. It's going to be okay. But we're at a crossroads, and in the next couple of months, things are going to be happening that we need total commitment, okay? And so again, this is just about keeping us all on the same page, okay? We got a council who is working very hard for y'all, but again, we need to all be on the same page. If you do want to grab something to eat and eat while we're having the meeting, that's fine. That's fine if you're in a hurry or something like this. I'm going to, never mind. We'll try to keep this, relatively short.
Bill,
Pastor.
The sign-in sheet is going to be passed around. Please only sign in if you are an official member of Plymouth.
Got it. Okay. Let's start us off with a prayer, please. And why don't you go ahead and include the prayer for the food so that way.
Oh, so that when we get there, it's already blessed, and it's going to be good for us. Holy One, thank you for the blessing of our congregation, the blessing of our leaders, the blessing of our friends and members, the blessing of our family of faith. Bless this meeting, oh God, that everything we say and do may bring glory to your name. Strengthen us, empower us for our mission and our work in our world. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Pastor Felix. The first thing on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the January meeting. Apparently the ones that were sent out were the wrong ones. Do y'all want me to read the minutes the last? Okay. Will somebody make a motion then?
There you go.
We have a motion do we have a second? All right. All in favor, please raise their hands. The minutes from January are approved. Okay, am I out of the doghouse, Amby? All right, next up, Kathy, you want to talk from there? Nope, guess not.
Thanks. I was slow going. So, Amy, if you could just jump to the financial, let's go quickly back to the guidelines, actually, that'd be perfect. Just so everyone knows, while we have our community meetup today, I'll go two more slides, please, forward to guidelines. Yeah, so we want to stay on point because we do have food, we have people's time, we recognize that it's important for everybody. So just look at those guidelines. Just make sure that you share the mic, both virtually for those who are online as well as those who are in person. We just want to make sure everyone's voice is heard, relevant to the topic. Okay, before we go to the next slide, I wanted to take a moment. Anybody here heard of TED Talks? Okay, so I was listening to a TED Talk yesterday or a couple of days ago, and I went back and re-listened to it. And it was a lady speaking about a motion on the Supreme Court and how they had talked about how marriage was really important regardless because it was a way to build community. And she threw out some stats like all good TED Talks do to make you think about things. And she said that 30% of American women who are in marriages today by the age of 65 will be by themselves. So I'm standing up here alone, divorced by choice, right? But to say that, you need a marriage to stay in a community is interesting. She wanted to just think about the people and that there's a growing trend. So how is that relevant to here and the finances? It's not so much on the finances, but it's my ask to you to think about what it is. So Plymouth is whatever you need it to be so that you are not alone. Yes, apologies for the dog. She's not all that well behaved sometimes. It is a chauffeur to get to your doctor's appointments or to get to here to church. It has been a place to stay. It has been a place to eat. It has been a place to just chill and just pause and think and get away from it all. So it's whatever you need Plymouth to be. That's what Plymouth has been, and that's what Plymouth continues to do. So I really ask yourself, you can't always know who's going to be here directly in your lives, family. One of my daughters is in France. Another one just moved to Wyoming. I suddenly went from having a community directly with my family to, oh my gosh. And then I can turn and come here and I have a community. Plymouth is exactly what I need it to be when I want it to be. So I'm appreciative of that. And guys, I want everyone to think about that. And it's a playground outside. It's a dog park in the back. If you ever have dogs, there's a whole property. Walk your dog back there, right? It's whatever you need it to be. And of course, we have something that unites us all, which is our faith, and wherever we are on that journey. So on the financial slide, I put a number up there. All right, I have come here over the last couple of years, and I've tried different tactics to convey the challenges that Plymouth has. And I started with the shock and awe a couple years ago, like, oh my gosh, we've got to get some stuff moving, let's move forward. And maybe that was taken with a variety of reactions, because it's hard when you have to deal with the facts. Then onto the positive side, we've even worked with Pastor Felix, and we've reduced his pay to continue to operate. The number that I put up on the screen is what I want to give us as a challenge. So when you look at opportunities, or you look at fundraisers, or you look at those things, this is the number that we really need to achieve in total to increase our revenue or our income per month. So it's not $10,000 a month that we're lagging. It's not even $7,000 or $8,000 a month we're lagging. We're only lagging in $4,000 a month. So what I ask is for each of us to think about how we can do our part, right, to reduce that $4,000 lag. So I'm going to take some time to think about what I give and how can I do that, because Plymouth is where I need to be, and it's what I want it to be. It's a place where I can garden. It's a place where I can hang out. Loka, wherever she's at, oh, she's over here. Loka gets to hang out with me. So it's a place that makes me feel whole. So I do hope that you guys take time when you're thinking about the financial stability of this church. It's not necessarily a church. It's the place that you need to be, because it's what it needs to be for you. So just think about that as you consider changing your monthly or your weekly donation, so that we can achieve this 4,000. And I'll be happy to provide those updates as we reach and strive for this goal, and we'll use our Thursday thoughts to convey how we're doing along that journey. All right, so let's just go after this goal. I think it's totally doable, guys. It's not that hard. So thank you for letting me share.
Thank you very much, Kathy. We have a question.
It's not a question, but it's actually a comment and a way of thinking about this. I was just processing my donations as I was looking at this 4,000 figure, and just to add to what you said, and I was thinking to myself, you know what? I'm giving the same amount per week that I was 2 years ago. And in the meantime, there has been inflation. So we all know this. We pay more when we go to the grocery store, right? Well, guess what? There's inflation on the cost of the church as well. So if we all take that into account, we just do a reset. Wait a minute. There's been some inflation, and we tack on some inflation onto what we're giving. I think we have a pretty good chance of meeting those goals. So that's one way of thinking about it. It may help.
Thank you very much. That is a very good point. Yes, inflation has hit all of us, including the church. Again, thank you so much, Kathy. I asked her to keep it simple. That was that was to the point. Another comment slash question.
Is it 4,000 additional per month or 4,000 per month that we need to earn total?
4,000 additional. In addition, right. But I'm gonna be the doom and gloom guy, okay? 4,000 a month, so basically we're down, we're in the red about $4,000 a month. We've got less than $40,000 in the bank. So you do the math, how long we can sustain what we're doing. That's the doom and gloom, right? So, having said that, there are ideas. Yes, all of us chipping in a little bit more would be great, and that will help, but there are some other ideas, and that's some of the things we're going to be talking about today. Another thing I want to say before we move on to the next. Kathy and I have, on our own, paid for some things around the church, okay? And that has helped, but it's not really sustainable. But if maybe one way of helping out would be you saying, okay, I could, if something happens, if something breaks down and needs to be replaced or whatever, I could give a one-time X, okay? Please talk to me, okay? So I can kind of get a group that can be our emergency, okay? All right, next one real quickly. Everybody recently get a text from Felix saying he needed to buy some cards, some gift cards?
Not from me.
It wasn't him. In fact, apparently he got one as well. Did you get it from you?
No. I got all members going, is this from you?
Yeah, I know that.
Whoever did this is smart enough to use my last name and the accent on the
Yeah, no, absolutely. It up to the point where I started asking questions.
Well, they also did it to a number of churches.
Oh, yeah, exactly. This is,
in these
And
days?
this area, Conroe,
Oh, in these days?
Spring.
Wow.
Oh, about the same time.
Wow.
and unfortunately, this is the day and age we live in, right? So I cannot, both as your moderator and as a police officer, I cannot encourage you to be any safer, be more vigilant, be more whatever. We believe this came from our directory, but it wouldn't hurt to change your passwords, right? Okay, I'm not necessarily recommending that. I haven't yet, but it is something to consider. Does anybody have any questions about that?
What passwords were you talking about?
Yeah, on your iPhone.
Just repeat the question that I, what password?
What passwords, Pastor Felix is asking, what passwords am I talking about? Any passwords that would access your phone, your computer,
Okay.
different databases, okay? Even, you know, for instance, my moderator password, okay, for the church databases. Any questions? All right, just wanted to touch on that because I know we all saw it and we were all like,
Isn't it being investigated somewhere?
well, I think Andrew was looking into it.
Just a comment. I did turn in a notice violation of terms of service on this person's carrier. The carrier is actually the number originally belonged to Quest, which is no longer in existence. It's now an outfit called Lumen Technology. Of course, we will never see anything resulting from that investigation that they will do, but I'm sure that their tech support people will do an investigation and probably shut down the number or the people involved.
And that is one route to address something like this. Somebody asked me, should a police report be made? Technically, nobody lost anything. and again, local police would have very limited ability to investigate this. So it's sadly just one of those things. I'm getting the hurry up. All right, property update. Again, economy's kind of gone south a little bit, a lot of uncertainty. We have not had any interest in the property at all since last time we spoke. So, having said that, the council's belief is we can still stay here and we can get this back to where we need it to be. It's a beautiful property. We love it. So right now, there's no movement, there's no offers, and our inclination is to stay. Any questions on that? All right, possible revenue generate. Oh, got a something.
So I'm concerned with that. I mean, I understand what the economy is, but this building needs a lot of work. I'm not knowledgeable enough to say if that's $100,000, $200,000, $500,000, but there are cracks. We know the foundation. We've got old air conditioning units, and there's spookiness in the electrical system. My concern is when one or all of those things happen, where are we going to come up with the funds? When Judy was on the facilities team or the team leader, she spent between 30 and 40 hours every week in this building and fixing things that needed attention, using her funds and sometimes church funds to do that. And that doesn't stop. It's with us. And so while I understand pause, I'm just not sure we have the wherewithal to continue to be in this building. I love it too, but it's got problems.
And those are very, very valid points, and you are 100% correct. There may come a point where we have no option, okay? And unfortunately, under current circumstances, if that happens, we would probably have to take a lot less than what this property is worth.
Has that happened? Because there was an offer.
There was an offer. It was a low ball. We countered. They didn't even try to recounter. They just said, forget it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, again, if we have to do it, then we're going to have to lower our asking price, and to get a quick sale, it would have to be pretty low ball.
I do want to, I want to say something. So, Ambi and I both used to work in oil and gas. And a lot of us work in a place where safety is paramount. So let me just start by saying the facility is safe, okay? So it may have its cracks, but don't we all? A little bit. We're beautiful with cracks and wrinkles. So we do have that. I will say that any facility, whether we got a brand new one or anything else, I can tell you that there's always maintenance, right? So the church is challenged because it just doesn't have the additional funding, right? So we're living kind of on the paycheck to paycheck kind of mentality. I will say that we've been very blessed with people to do that. So I just really want to reemphasize, the facility is perfectly safe, okay? Sometimes you got to take the gray hairs and the cracks, and we'll deal with that. I want to say that Bill has and Ambi have personally invested. The stoves are fine. The electrical's been addressed. We've done that, so we're working through those things. The room that we can rent out has been fully painted and renovated. All the wallpaper is stripped off. It is completely ready to go for people who want to rent it. We've fixed a lot of the irrigation things and the one air conditioning. And the air conditioning, if you guys look on the back, there's all brand new thermostats around here. So we've been trying to address those things. So as of right now, there's always the what if, what could happen. But I want to ensure that your safety and security, with our security that we have on site all the time, as well as the building foundation, is safe for us to be here and to be a community.
I just want to piggyback on what my two colleagues have said. Let me tell you what I see, okay? I see a new facilities team coming together. Andrew's going to help us out. Andrew's going to help us squeeze 6 or 7 quarters out of every dollar. We got some estimates on stuff that need to be repaired, which were way, way too high. So we're going to develop a new facilities team, and we're going to triage things. If the air conditioner breaks, that's #1 priority, right? The foundation is bad, but where is it bad at, and what part of it do we have to fix now? If there's a really bad corner, maybe we fix that first, and we let the rest wait a while.
And point out, the narthex through the sanctuary are fine. Our only foundational issues are in the back area. They are safe, but they are shifting. Sorry.
Okay, that's really all I wanted to say there. Andrew wants to say something.
What I would like to say is this. I joined this church. I don't remember the exact year, to be honest with you, but it was sometime in the early mid-90s. I can't remember if it was 93 or 94, but it was right. Jan, do you remember?
It was after that, because you came after me and we joined in 93.
Okay.
Probably more 96, 97.
Okay, yeah. It was shortly after my son came into this world. And one thing I can tell you all, sitting here in this congregation, is this. There were people that started this church way long before Jan and I even became members. They started it on the basis of faith, right? There was an old building that we inherited that was originally the Colonial Bank building that sat at Kirkendall in 1960. Luetta?
That's what I thought.
No, I thought the original building came from, yeah, the bank building came, they bought it up Kirkendall and down Luetta.
Okay.
So there was faith there. There was faith on the part of the Yeomans dedicating the property. And yes, times are tough, but
We have a very good realtor, okay? And she is marketing, I think, in multiple ways, and she on her website, she has, knows when people click on it and da-da-da, and she follows up. So beyond that, it's beyond my realm, okay? But she's doing a good job. But again, we put on the market, then all of a sudden, boom, we hit all this uncertainty. So, but again, you are 100% correct, Cindy. But faith, yes, the property's not as bad as sometimes we think, and $4,000 gets us here. But we're going to talk about some ideas on how to generate money. Every dollar after that, we can start getting a bank account, a reserve, okay? So there is hope. I'm going to cut this short, so I'm not even going to ask you to say anything. So you can.
I will comply with that request.
Thank you. Revenue generating ideas, okay? In addition to all of us looking into our hearts and our bank accounts, the room back there is now available. If you know anybody who might need a room, regularly, one time, whatever, get the word out. We are very negotiable on prices. I am looking into renting the sanctuary as like a wedding venue. Okay? Scott is looking into ways to advertise on social media. Okay? What about something like a GoFundMe? Okay? There's ideas out there. But one of the things I want to impress upon you is This many people thinking about it is only going to come up with this many ideas. This many people thinking about it will come up with more ideas. Guys, think about it. Send me your ideas. Moderator@PlymouthUnited.org. Send me your ideas. You know the old saying in schools, there's no dumb questions. Yes, there are, but there's no dumb ideas on generating money. We can start using Felix as a coyote. I'm kidding. A coyote. A smuggler, never mind. He's too naive. All right. So, please, think about it. Send me some ideas. All right, reimagining Plymouth dates and process. This is the really big thing here. Starting 2 weeks from yesterday, we are going to do reimagining Plymouth. It's 4 meetings. You can meet here, or you can meet on Zoom. So you don't have to leave your house. It's going to be a hybrid type meeting. And we're going to walk through the process, facilitated by a UCC reverend who's done this with many, because I know what Plymouth is about. I love what Plymouth is about. And we just need to make sure everybody out there knows what Plymouth is about. So at the end of this process, we will have that. We will be working on it before that, because one of the biggest revenue generating ideas is growing the congregation. Again, welcome to our new members. Let's aim for 4 a week, okay? No. Anyways, all right. So, having said that, the council officers are going to be pestering you. We need you. The more who are here every one of these meetings, the more input, the more thorough we're going to be. These meetings, the more input, the more thorough we're going to be, the better our plan of action is going to be. So we are going to be pestering you to get you to commit.
Do you have any idea the length of the meetings?
Yes, thank you very much. So you'll notice that the last 2 are asterisked. So the first 2, for sure, those times are good. Those 4 dates are good. The times for the first 2 are absolute. The times for the last 2 are highly probable. Each one will be approximately 2 hours long, between 1.5 and 2.5.
No longer than 2 hours, closer to 1.5.
He's the eternal optimist. I know how meetings go. Aim for 2. Okay, yes. Thank you. Any other questions, comments?
Just to get the ball rolling on ideas for generating funds and to get things started, get people thinking a little bit, I'll tell you about what a local synagogue used to do in my old church community. They were the neighboring synagogue next to our church, and we always kind of envious of them, but we never copied them, which was foolish. But what they would do is every year they would hold a lotto, and they would raffle off a brand new Cadillac. So let's say the Cadillac would cost $50,000, but they would sell enough tickets to make $100,000,
right,
and the rest would go to the church.
Right.
So if you want to put the math into it, you'd be looking at, let's say you have a $20,000 car. If you picked a smaller car, then you would be doing 200 tickets, would pay for the price of the car, and anything beyond that would be money that goes to the church. Well, 200 tickets, if you have 100 members, that's 2 tickets each you'd have to sell. Your third ticket makes profit for the church.
Yeah.
Revenue for the church.
Okay.
So you'd set
I
each
like
person an objective, please sell 3 or more tickets. And then they go around and they sell them, and voila. So.
That's what I'm talking about, guys. Thank you. Excellent. Excellent. All right, reimagining. Pray about it, but I need you to commit. And yes, let me know, but I will be reaching out. Like I said, this is actually Kathy's idea, was to kind of break us up and each of us take a group of you and to hound you. Hound you. All right. Any more questions about reimagining? All right. I think, so this is real quick. Pastor Felix update. He's not going anywhere. I won't let him. I handcuff him to his bed every no. You may have discerned that he has had some medical issues recently. Yeah, I told you, it's kind of obvious. Anyways, he's okay. He's under medical care. I'm not going to get into any specifics because I'm afraid HIPAA would come get me. Okay? But he's doing what he needs to do. But now I want you guys to do 2 things. 1, pray for him. 2, encourage him to do the things he needs to do. And all God's people said, Amen. Since we don't have a date for the next one, I believe I have to have a motion for adjournment. Amy is motioning to adjourn. Do I have a second? Andrew, a second. All those in favor of adjourning this meeting, raise your hand. And the meeting is adjourned.